Taylor Swift is engaged. Wait, I want to finish my thought really quick because it's so us. I saw another podcast titled Two Opinions, No Facts. And I was like, that is literally, I was like, the first time I was ever jealous of like a title. I'm like, that is so us. Like,
Yes, allegedly everything.
yes. Two opinions, no facts.
I love it. No, that is very accurate. Yes, Taylor Swift is engaged.
That's a fact, baby. Go Taylor.
And that is indeed a fact, not an opinion. Well, if you're not a Gaylor.
Oh yeah, you've been doing her research,
Yeah, I've
right?
been researching the Gaylors. I didn't really know that that was such a big group until
Yeah.
the engagement news came out, and then they've really been melting down. I saw one post, and it's actually hard to tell what's serious and what's not serious when you're watching Gaylor videos because some of them are, you're like, this got to be a joke, but
Right.
it's not. Somebody made a video about the dress that she's wearing, and the engagement photo is like striped,
Hmm.
and they were like, yeah, like a prison uniform. She's in prison. She's trying to send us a signal that she's in prison. And prisoners wear orange, you know what I mean? They don't
Right.
wear stripes. So I don't really know where that came from, but someone who's never been in a prison. But
And from what we've heard, it was like it was meant to be like a surprise. It was right after the filming of the podcast that she
mhm,
did, and they were getting ready for a date. And they were so that's Travis Kelce's backyard that we see these pictures in.
yes.
So it was meant to be like a surprise. So I don't think her outfit, like I don't think she had any idea. She thought she was going out to dinner with him. She had no idea
Yeah.
that she was getting engaged.
Yeah, yeah. So she definitely didn't plan that to let us know that she feels like she's in prison. I think she feels like she's in the opposite of prison, to be
Yeah, she's been like having all her drinks with her ring
the left
finger.
hand.
She's like, "Do you
Yes,
guys see this? Do you see this?"
that's so relatable.
So
That's
real.
relatable.
It's a win for the nerdy girls. It really is.
Side note, before we talk more about the engagement, so she was spotted at the 12:30 club with Brittany Mahomes over the weekend. I guess they came to
Oh,
Nashville for Brittany Mahomes' 30th birthday,
cute.
which I don't care about Brittany Mahomes at all.
I didn't
But
know she was only 30. That's crazy.
I know.
That's old.
Yeah.
NFL ages you, I guess.
Or yeah, something. Something. Um, but they were spotted at the 12:30 club, and that's where me and Luis go, like before we go to Predators hockey games.
Oh, really? It's like
Our
a
hockey
pre.
team is called the
Hmm.
Nashville Predators. I saw the little look of concern on your face when I said Predators.
Can never control what happens here.
So to clarify, like our hockey team is called the Predators, and it's like some kind of ferocious animal, like roar, I'm a
In my
predator.
defense, I never know what Hannah's gonna say.
Not predators, like, oh yeah, I went to go see the Nashville Predators. Like, God, I'm
I'm
dying.
crying.
Yeah, no, you looked so scared for a second. But that's where we go to like pregame when we go to a hockey game. It's right across the street from the Bridgestone Arena. And so I was like, oh wow,
So you could have seen her. Like the potential to run in is. Do they live there, or they both live in Kansas City?
Brittany Mahomes definitely does not live in Nashville. Taylor
Okay.
Swift, who fucking knows? She has real estate
Everywhere.
everywhere.
No, I don't
Now,
think
like,
people realize how rich that woman is. Like
right,
homes everywhere.
everywhere. I mean, Rhode
Oh
Island,
my
Beverly Hills, Nashville. She does have a home in Nashville, and her parents live in Nashville.
God.
But I
Right,
don't
right,
know
right.
if it's like Nashville or if it's like outskirts, you know? They probably don't live like in town.
I could bet that they have like a random like condo.
Yes?
Like
I'm going Home
Hello?
Depot.
What?
I'm going in Home Depot.
You're going, okay.
I'll be back later.
Okay. Love you. He's going to Home Depot.
woohoo!
Love that.
The
Um,
best place to go.
yeah. Well, these home improvement projects. Yeah, he says Menards is better. He,
Mm.
yeah, he's a Menards guy, but we don't have Menards in Nashville. We have Home Depot and Lowe's. but
Yeah,
the
we don't have that either. I don't know what that is.
Menards, you don't have,
Hmm. Mm-mm.
okay. I guess it's probably like a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
Um, but Menards is actually crazy because it's like a superstore. So it's like all your home stuff, but they
Mm.
also have like groceries.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's a one-stop shop.
It's like a Walmart.
If you were a single guy, like a single man, you could do all your shopping there.
He's gonna be happy to have it back.
Yes, he's gonna be so happy to have Menards back. Okay, yeah. So her real estate is all over the place. It's
Yeah.
huge, it's big. Now, when I first moved to Nashville, which was in 2014, um, I think she had like a penthouse in like a building in Midtown.
Okay.
I am not 100% sure of this, but I'm pretty sure that she did because when I was looking for apartments and stuff, um, and of course they could have just been bluffing. People talk, people say what,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in a town like Los Angeles or Nashville where a lot of celebrities reside,
Right.
people can say whatever. But I went to go look in this one building and somebody had said like, "Oh, Taylor Swift like owns the whole like top floor of
Hmm.
that building."
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, there's a gnat in my face. Fuck. Um, my plants. My plants attract gnats, you know? You know that life. So yeah, but then obviously, like, as she grew in popularity, and I do definitely believe that, like, that would be like a very cool place to live in your 20s, because she's the same age as me. So that would have been
Yeah.
like cool, like
Hmm.
20s vibes. I think she was only in between like here in New York at that time. So
Mm-hmm.
that
That
made a
makes
lot of,
sense.
but then as she like grew in popularity and, like the reputation kind of stuff and the feud with Kanye and Kim, I think well, first of all, she had more money. And then second
Right.
of all, I think she needed more privacy. So
Right.
I couldn't tell you if I think that she owns any like thing in like Nashville proper now or if she just has like some mansion like outside of Nashville. But I would assume it's something like really scenic and private and you know.
Yeah. She has like really cool like taste for home decor and I like her vibe a lot, the way she decorates.
Yes, and
I resonate.
yeah, no, it's so cool. But yeah, the Rhode Island, the New York place is
Oh,
insane.
the New York place is cool. That's the thing I think that's had the most coverage. I guess because like
Yeah,
New York is just like that, where you just have more privacy because like
yeah,
buildings and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were to say like what is Taylor Swift's like home base, since London, I don't feel like she's had one.
Yeah. I mean, especially
London
now
was,
with like a athlete. I mean, she's probably in Kansas City like half the time now because of
well, I think for the football season, yes.
yeah.
But like up until now, because she on the pod, she talked about their training camp being in Florida. She talked about her dad having heart surgery. She'd spent a lot of time with
Right.
him.
Right.
Obviously she's been recording album, LA, New York. The Eras tour went on for 2 years. It's like,
Hmm.
I don't know, like I hope that if she wants to, I hope she's able to settle in Kansas City this football season and just really
Yeah.
like feel at home. Because I feel like that girl ever since like London, which I know it was like New York and London, but I feel like primarily London with Joe Alwyn.
You're right. Yeah. Very secluded. They lived in like a cottage, right? Like
I
in the
I don't know, but
countryside or something.
I feel like we just didn't see her much when she was big.
Right. Hmm.
But it was also pandemic. Who knows? Um, and I think she loved London.
Oh, I'm sure. I know for a fact she went to Lena Dunham's wedding. I saw the pictures of because Too Much, that show on Netflix, is about Lena Dunham's wedding, and then I looked up the pictures of Lena Dunham's wedding, and it's so casual. Like Taylor Swift is like a bridesmaid, and she's just like sitting in a pub in London, like with
Yeah,
her little bangs, her little micro
yeah.
bangs.
I do. I think she loved London.
She really is just a girl. Like that's the coolest thing. I was saying that to Luke the other day. I'm like, it's so interesting how celebrities are literally just like just living life, just everything's getting documented because they really are just having normal human experiences aside from the loads of money, but like having human experiences and it's just getting like ching 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 it's just being documented. Like it's so fascinating. It's just regular life, but at a major scale, you know.
Yeah, totally. And one thing I love about her is she must be so likable. Obviously, I can't attest to that. I've never met her.
Mm.
About her is that she must be so likable that she can stay friends with two people who had a pretty nasty breakup, Lena Dunham and Jack Antonoff.
Yes.
Pretty nasty breakup, pretty
Hmm.
hurtful, I think.
And
For
not even just like acquaintances, like good
best
friends.
friend. Yeah,
Best friends with both of them.
with
Like
both of
that
them.
just shows like she did her whole album with him,
Yes.
her whole rewrite with him,
Yeah.
and then continued to stay absolute best friends, bridesmaid level with Lena Dunham. It's just
Yeah.
like gives
That's
me chills.
admirable. That's admirable.
And they're both very two strong personalities, I'll say.
Yeah.
Both of those
Yeah.
people.
I think that we've all probably had like a friend, a couple friend that we were
Yeah,
friends with both. And I feel like it's nearly impossible to stay equal friends with both at the breakup,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like you're not going to have any bad blood necessarily with either of them, but it's like really hard. I just think she must be so likable.
It definitely shows her character. And she is Sagittarius too. And Sagittarius are so, I mean, this is why so many like Geminis and Sagittarius are celebrities because they have the like stamina to just like do this, to float through life and to travel and to go, go, go. Like not many other like astrological signs can handle that kind of like, sleep club, another club, like, just like that.
Yeah.
And she has
Yeah.
that ability that the Sag and the Geminis have. Not me.
Yeah.
I don't have
And
that.
I am of very strong belief that that woman is on like a huge wellness routine, vitamin
Oh yeah,
routine. I think she's getting IV infusions. I think she obviously has like a private doctor.
totally.
I think she is like on top of her wellness and health game. There's no other way for her to beat the jet lag. She says jet lag is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, maybe I don't think it is. But maybe if you have $1.6 billion. But for us who are flying in economy, no. So difficult and like rare for a woman to become as powerful as Taylor Swift is.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna chance it, you know?
No, I mean, even like with both of them, if they weren't at the level that they were at, I feel like because of their family values, I feel like they would still do this because of like the way that like the families that they come from. You know what I mean? Like they just seem very like both of them, like level-minded.
100%, because I can definitely see obviously Taylor Swift's mom and dad. I feel like they're very intelligent and business minded, or else somebody had to kind of like get her on this track, right?
Oh yeah.
So for sure, they're I think going to advocate for her to have a prenup, but I can also see like boy mom Donna Kelsey. We can also see boy mom Donna Kelsey being like, if anything happens, she's not going to get any of his stuff,
Yeah,
I can just
yeah.
see it.
They're very like, yeah, just like old school family values on
Yeah,
both ends for sure.
yeah, yeah.
But like, oh man, such like I do really admire them. And it
Mhm.
really is a win for the nerdy girls.
It's a win for the girls and for the boys because girls are, when you're single and you're getting to your 30s, it can feel like, oh, like it's never gonna happen. And, all the things that she's written about, like I want somebody who wants to spend time with me, who values me, who loves me. And it can feel like that's never gonna happen. And then for guys, I guess it's hard for them sometimes to feel like they're gonna find a woman who's not just using them for their money. And so this is a win for both. Like, if you're a girl who's been waiting a long time to find a good guy, it's a win for you. And if you're a guy who's convinced that women are gold diggers, it's a win for you.
He's definitely experienced the Taylor effect where he's just like they're both at this like insane level now of just
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
If you don't like the Chiefs, if you're like my husband, my dear sweet husband, and you don't like the Chiefs, it's gonna be a rough fucking year, dude. Like, Luke doesn't like him, does he? He doesn't.
No, I mean Luke is very like sports analysis kind of guy.
Okay.
He's like very like kind of like me, like into the analytics. So
Yeah.
he can't he's that kind of person. He's like, I can't hold you, you know, like if you're good, like you're good. Like he's not gonna be like just like blind hatred. He's
Yeah.
very like mathematical. So
Okay, well, this is blind
mm.
hatred over here in this house, and they've got Taylor
Probably the
Swift.
Cowboys. The Cowboys probably someone that look like blindly hates,
Okay,
maybe.
so he does have a team that he blindly.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it. Okay. Well, yeah, because they've got Taylor Swift on the team again. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
permanent member of
and
the
we can
team.
talk about the ESPN.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This made me so happy. It made me so happy to see so many men pissed off that they got an ESPN notification. It was on like a Tuesday, right? Like a
Yeah. I
yeah.
was on Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. That they got like a lunchtime Tuesday ESPN notification, and it was about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting engaged, and they were enraged, and oh, I love it.
It is like the PR of it all was actually crazy to do it in the middle. I mean, they say Tuesday is like the best news day, and
Mhm.
to do it in the middle of the day was just like, it was literally like 1:30, and it was just like,
Mhm. Well, I would assume that she probably did it at 1300,
right, literally,
right? Like
right.
Eastern time, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was genius marketing.
Because it was around, yeah, it was between 12 and 1 here. So,
Right,
um,
right,
but yes, them being so angry, chef's kiss. Luis said that like the whole office was like, yeah. Because they all got the ESPN alerts on because it's getting ready to be football season and they're all like into football. And they probably thought like some big trade had happened or
right.
something. It was like, yes.
That's what they get.
But
Do
but even with the ESPN notifications, I had Luis look back and see what time he got the notification and what time I had texted him. And I texted him about it before the ESPN notification. I
winning.
was the first person to tell him about the engagement, which he doesn't give a care in the world, but I am priding myself. I've kept track of how many people I was the first person.
Mm.
You,
Yes, first to
first
tell
person
me.
to tell
I
you.
was very proud.
First person to tell Seth, my
Mm.
bestie, which he was actually, I think he was asleep, but then he saw it as soon as he woke up. Well, he works night shift, as you
Oh,
know.
right.
I mean, I think that makes
Hmm.
sense. And then Seth's brother Gavin.
I love that.
I'm 99% sure I was the first person to tell Gavin. The
Yeah.
first three confirmed. So just like I'm adding that to my resume, like broke news of Taylor Swift engagement to at least three people.
Breaking news reporter.
Breaking breaking news. I saw the Instagram post 9 minutes after it was posted.
Literally. No, that is quick. You gotta have those
Yeah.
alerts on.
I didn't have any alerts on. I was just
You're just like,
doom
just
scrolling on
looking.
a Tuesday.
They really are like so, even the way they posted was so like millennial coded. Like,
Mhm.
I really do believe her that she's like not online at all. Cause like even the way that she posted was so like your gym teacher and your music teacher.
I believe her that she's not online. Why would you want to?
Truly, it's nothing good.
You're
It comes from
so like for me, I like to be online because I like to see beautiful pictures of Italy and I like to see beautiful videos of people on yachts and I like to see like cool stuff because
right.
I'm in my condo here,
Hmm.
which my life is great. I'm not complaining about my life, but I like to see pretty amazing, cool stuff.
Right.
If you're living that every single day,
Literally.
like social media would probably be so boring to her.
So true. Yeah, because literally most of the time, like when I'm not like looking at pop culture stuff, I'm usually looking at like outfits and like if I could just be shopping, if I could just be shopping
Yeah,
instead of like scrolling and like
trying
curating
to find the
outfits
best
and like
deal. Like, oh, is it
saving. Yeah,
cheaper? Is it cheaper on TikTok Shop or Amazon, or is it cheaper at Lowe's or Home Depot? She's not doing that.
chills, full body chills.
She's not doing that. So
Wow,
why
what a
would you
dream.
be? Why would you be online? I don't think she gains anything by being online.
Yeah, what do you need when you have it all? I guess truly just love and a good relationship and
Mhm.
she did talk about bread. She makes a lot of bread. Love
Yeah,
that for her.
she's making a lot of bread.
She's very granny coded and we love her for that.
Yeah, not surprising.
Not
Not
surprising at all.
surprising. But the Sagittarius really does come out though because she is so multifaceted,
Mm,
right? So
hmm
in one sentence, she's saying, I'm a grandma, all I do is bake sourdough and hang out with my cats. Then brings out this album cover.
Literally.
It's like, girl, you're like almost naked.
Yeah, of being like a showgirl and
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Also the
Yeah.
tall privilege of it all, to be like tall and slender, it really does like you're allowed to be naked more than when you're like buste
Mhm.
and curvy. Like
Yeah.
I'll wear shorts and they'll be like, whoa, those are risky. And I'm like, my butt is like fully covered. But when you're tall, you can get away with it all.
Yeah, when you're tall, you can get away with it all. No, I love that. I love that. But that's balance, you know? She goes out
Yeah.
and she is a showgirl and then she comes home, gets in her baggy tees and throws down on
Yeah.
some sourdough bread.
And it seems like the album is fully done. The way they were talking about it,
Oh yeah, it's
it seems
done.
like she's like, and I'm like, wow, like girl, you're really just chilling. Like she was writing the album and recording the album when she was on the Eras tour. Like t time management T. Like she is so
I think she probably recorded it after the Eras tour, don't you?
probably. Yeah, I mean, unless she had like in between or something. She had to
Well,
have, right?
she did Tortured Poets Department.
Oh my God, you're right.
Dude, I don't think she recorded Life of a Showgirl on the Eras tour.
No, but
I
then
think she's the first
she,
artist, we should fact check this, but I think
yeah,
she's the first artist to release an album, record and release an album while on tour. I don't think people do that.
it's not, I don't think it's very common. I mean, I know that they pull inspiration from like being on tour
Of
because like
course,
life happens. Yeah.
you might be
Yeah.
writing, but are
And
you
it seems
gonna
like that's
write?
what she did. She was right. I think she was writing and she wrote all of Life of a Showgirl on tour, but I don't think she probably recorded it after the fact.
Yeah, but she
But yeah.
wrote and recorded and made music videos of Tortured Poets Department, which is like what, 31 songs because it's a double album.
Wow. She has so much in here. There's so much.
There's so much going on.
So much going on.
And here's another thing with Travis and Taylor. I think that she needed to get with a beefy guy.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
these skinny artists were not doing it.
No.
And so if you're a girl and you've been dating one type of guy because it makes sense. It seems like that's what you should like, right?
Hmm.
It seems like Taylor Swift should be with an artist, maybe.
Maybe. Hmm.
Go try out
I don't
a
know.
meathead for
Oh,
once.
and also she's been writing about being in love with football players since she was 15 years old. So like definitely try out a meetup.
Try out a meathead, and vice versa. Vice versa. If
Hmm.
you've been all juice heads and gorillas and meatheads,
Absolutely.
try out an artsy guy. See what happens.
Absolutely.
Break
Give
it
me
up.
just 1 second. 1 moment. Sorry, I had to take care
Yeah,
of my
don't be
children.
scared. Don't be scared to mix it up because I feel like she, until Travis, had really been dating like one type of guy.
Oh yeah. And also like there is this like trend that I keep seeing of women talking about like girls should stop dating men that want to be them.
Mm.
Like you should really, really be with a person that like wants you to like fully be yourself and they have their whole identity. There
Mhm.
are a lot of these men that like are so jealous of you that actually like want to be you. and are deeply closeted. So maybe just go be with go be with that man that
Don't be with
really
the man.
is interested in you and just like give him a shot. Nice
Yeah.
guys should finish
I
first.
think I think the biggest takeaway is go be with somebody who likes you. Okay? I've
Always.
seen way too many women with men that hate them. In it too much.
Literally, I saw this quote the other day too. It was like, the only person in life that you have a choice of is your partner. So why are you married to a loser?
Mhm.
Literally. Like, you can literally only choose your partner. So, like, why choose someone bad for you?
I think this has been,
Hurting you.
I think Taylor Swift has been realizing this over the past 2 years. Like,
Totally. That's what all her music is really
she-
about, like finding herself.
I'm giving in. I am going to be with the guy who likes me, loves me, adores me. Um, yeah, don't be with somebody that doesn't like you. Don't be in the pursuit of that. And a word about like physical attractiveness, because a lot of people are going to look at Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and be like, well, oh, it must be so easy because he's hot and she's hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if there's like some kind of basic attraction to a person, you can build on that.
Right.
You can build on that. Like, obviously, don't go out with somebody who you really do feel strongly is ugly. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's obvious. But if there's even like a spark of interest or like a basic level like attraction, because that, I'm telling you, like that can grow. It can grow. Like
Yeah.
when you are being like treated nicely, you're getting what you
Hmm.
want out of the relationship, you're fulfilled. Like this guy doesn't have to look like Travis Kelce for you to feel like Taylor
Right.
Swift feels.
Well, and with both of them, I feel like there is like a yearning on both sides. They've always kind of like, I mean, Travis has always like talked about that he's always been a fan of her since he was in high school. And then obviously, like Taylor has not said specifically him, but has written about like being a nerdy music girl and being attracted to the football player and never feeling chosen, but like having this type and then feeling kind of like she has to settle. So I feel like there's definitely like a yearning on both sides. And if you're both like yearning for each other, like that should be the feeling that you're seeking out your whole life is that you're yearning,
Mhm.
the yearning is the
Mhm.
chef's kiss of it all, you know?
And if you have a guy, like obviously we're not all engaged to Travis Kelce, we're not all engaged to like an NFL millionaire, right?
Right.
But and maybe this is gonna sound silly to people, and I don't care, but I feel the same that Taylor Swift does.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like she's in a happy, healthy relationship. She's well cared for. She's an independent woman. She's all these things, but I
Hmm.
really do strongly think like, oh, like she we probably feel exactly the same because we're with the right partner. Like we're with
Right.
the right man.
And you have like a similar story, like even though it's different levels, like you still like created your whole identity as a woman and then found your partner later on in your life.
Mhm.
And then like, so it wasn't like you were like, like married your high school sweetheart, you like, you did your whole like schooling and everything. And then you guys like got together and like now you're building each other up even more. And I'm sure that she feels that way too, like
Yeah.
we're equals. That's what I was telling Luke. I was like, like I get your like whatever disdain for Taylor Swift. Not really, I don't really get it. But there is this like you have to understand that not everybody is equal to their partner. And like your partner treats you like an equal, my partner treats me like an equal. And that is why that relationship is so important to see in the public because everybody yearns, like, not maybe not every woman, but like it feels good to be an equal to your partner, not to feel like, subservient or submissive, like to be on an equal playing field where it's like, I got your back, you got my back, we have each other's best interest at heart. Like that's really what matters in life,
Mhm.
to take care of each other and to feel like I got you no matter what.
Yeah. So if you're a woman, like you don't have to be married to, you don't have to be getting married to a Travis Kelce NFL millionaire to get that feeling.
Yeah.
You
Get
can get
married to
that
someone that's
feeling.
good to you, like
You can
makes you
get that
feel
feeling
good.
from literally Brad down the street. If he's
Yeah.
a good guy, like if he's
Yeah.
a good guy and he's gonna respect you and treasure you and cherish you and treat you right, you can get that feeling from him. Swear to
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
It feels I think sometimes it feels like unattainable. And like,
Hmm.
yeah, of course, exactly what they have, like the millionaire slash billionaire status, the NFL, the pop star. Of course, for most of us, that is unattainable, but not the quality of the relationship. The quality of the relationship is attainable to anybody who is willing to be with the person who actually likes them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I gotta stand on that.
No, I absolutely agree.
Yes, it's attainable.
That to be treated kindly and fairly and lovingly is always attainable.
It's always attainable because even if, it doesn't matter what your sexuality is either, if you're lesbian, gay, bi, straight, whatever your sexuality is, there's either there's a person who you are
Hmm.
gonna mesh with and you're gonna get that from, or maybe there's not, because I'm a firm believer that there are certain people who are destined to be single. That's
Hmm.
just what I believe.
Yeah.
And you can get it from yourself in that
Right.
case. So no matter what, you can either get this fulfillment or complete the fulfillment of yourself, like with a relationship with a partner or with your community
Hmm.
or from yourself.
Totally. And I think I do believe that there are people that are absolutely okay and fine with being alone. But I think if there's like people that like know in their heart that there is someone that will be good to them, like follow that feeling, you know? Because there's definitely like people that like are like totally cool. Like my life is to be, you know, like a student of the world and that their life is just to be on a solo mission. But then there are the people where it just like feels like I am meant to find the love of my life and follow that feeling and don't settle. Like follow that feeling
Follow it
wholeheartedly.
or fall into it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Because follow it or fall into it because when I was single before I got with Luis,
Hmm.
I was truly like okay with that. Like from the bottom of my heart, I was happy, I was content. I was, working on furthering my education, a new career, starting a business.
Right.
Like I was good.
Yeah.
And then me and Luis got together and things got even better. So even if you are that person who's fully, and I'm telling you, when I say like I was 100% content, I mean it.
I believe you. You're a Gemini.
Yeah,
Do believe you.
like very good with it.
Yeah.
So even if you are of that mindset, still be open
Yeah.
if it because it can change. It can change,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% in my heart of hearts, I do believe that anybody listening, anybody in the world, like you are capable of being fulfilled
Absolutely. I agree. You
by
are
multiple
worthy.
ways.
You are worthy of it. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, so to end the T Swift segment, and this just goes along with like the likability factor
Hmm.
and what a big deal this engagement is. We're gonna clip a DT tweet and then a video whenever he was informed because I guess he was in a meeting when they got engaged and like as soon as he came out of it, they told him.
Like on the spot, like, how do
Like
you feel? How does
and
this make you
like ask
feel?
him for a comment, and I don't know why, but I just think it's the funniest thing ever. So we're gonna clip that. So this is the power, another testament of the power of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's.
Honestly, Taylor Swift for president at this point.
I know he really should have said, you know what? I think let's hand it over to her.
I'm gonna step down and give it to her. Give it to them.
How
Her and her
funny!
first husband, the first husband
Yeah,
of.
how funny would that be? Like JD, no, you're gonna remain the vice. You're not gonna get a seat. Actually, when I die, actually Taylor Swift is gonna get it.
Oh my God, I've seen some of the funniest memes that I will keep to myself.
Oh my God, they're crazy. The internet,
Oh my
the
God.
internet is a funny place.
I love it.
But that's not the only thing, nor the most important thing that happened on Tuesday. I think the most important thing that happened on Tuesday is that Blue started pre-K.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so while Hannah was texting me that Taylor Swift had gotten engaged, I had just dropped off my little tiny, tiny baby to pre-K, and I was having a mental health crisis.
Mhm.
Literally, I cannot explain to you. It felt like I was like taking my heart out of my body and like leaving it. I was like, okay, take care of this.
Mhm.
And it like it physically hurt, and I know that I sound so dramatic, but like I think like any parent can understand. It is just like to be doing this like by yourself, like with your partner, and then to just be like, here you go, stranger. Please take care of my most prized possession.
Mhm.
It's really scary. It was really intense, and it wasn't even that long. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes,
Mhm. Mhm.
but it felt like an eternity, you know?
Mhm.
And every day has gone easier since then. Like the anxiety has definitely subsided. Shout out to propanol. First,
Okay,
I was
well.
like, propanol. I can't fucking say it. But you know what? It really came in so clutch because like nothing was taking the edge off except that. And I have been doing half of them because I was getting a little bit of rebound
Okay.
with the falls. Yeah. But oh man, that really helped. And I was just like, okay, like this is tolerable. It was definitely still like, no matter what, with anxiety, like if anybody that has anxiety knows, like if you're just doing something that is like shocking to your nervous system, it doesn't matter if you have everything that you want in your body. It's still like your mind knows that you're not like completely at ease, you
Oh,
know?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like when I have to fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so bad for me. And there
Yeah.
are things that make it less bad, but
Hmm.
even my best flight is horrible.
Yeah. Hmm.
Be
Yeah. It feels, it's still, it's like a very, it's just like a very like emptying feeling, like the feeling, like I was telling Hannah before we got on, that it's just like the feeling of like getting on a roller coaster and you're like, okay, I actually want to get off, and then you're like, nope, too late, just buckle up. It's just like, woo. It very much felt like that. Like I was just like, I changed my mind. Like, let's pick him up. You know, it's just like, it's just, but life happens. And when I look back at everything, I have been talking about this and mentally preparing for it for, for this whole past year
yeah.
since, they told us that they wanted to get him an IEP and get him ready for school and stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, but it's just like, it's intense. It's
Mhm.
a gnarly parenthood is crazy, and kind of like Hannah, like I was like 5, 6 years ago, I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna be a mom, and I was content with that, and I was just like, I'll be a cool aunt forever.
Mhm.
And then like parenthood was very much like thrusted upon me,
Mhm.
and now I have a middle schooler and a pre-K child,
Mhm.
and here I
Yeah.
am surviving and trying.
Yes. Yeah, here we are. I've heard lots of moms say that. Like it feels like my heart's outside my body.
Yeah.
And it's like walking around, even when their kids are adults. I've heard them say that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. It's weird because it's like you really like in your mind you want to tell yourself like I'll get so much done and I'll da da da, but it really is like this like it's like when you haven't had like when you're fasting. It's like that same feeling. There's like an emptiness. Like you're just like and then they come back and it's like the warm and like the dopamine hit. Like it's just like
Mhm.
it's everything is right in the world. I mean I know that like your brain chemistry is altered after having a child because he was literally
Yeah.
inside me. We shared organs, it was
Yeah.
like the most like fulfilling feeling at that time when I was pregnant. And even when he was outside of me, it was really scary. And it is like with motherhood, it is very gradual. Like obviously at first they grow inside of you and then you connect and then they're outside of you and they're nursing. And we have had, like, my son and I have had such an organic, like, slow, healthy detachment, of like,
Mhm.
we're like, of closeness. And, I mean, it is really sweet though. Like, he runs into pre-K and he's happy and he's excited. And then I pick him up right at the door and he squeezes my neck and I pick him up and it's just
Yeah.
like we're together again. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And
He's
it's like I'm
doing so
outside of
well.
my body. I'm like, oh my God, like, hi.
Yeah, he's doing so well.
Yeah,
I knew that
he's
he would do
precious.
well. And his teachers seem
Yeah,
great.
she's great.
Yeah,
horrible last name. Which is
really unfortunate last name that
I'll
we can't
protect
even
her
say on
privacy.
here.
And we can't even say
We
it.
can't even say it, but let me
I'll
just
get a
say,
YouTube violation if I even
no,
say
we would whenever Caro texted me this teacher's last
it.
name,
Just think of the worst thing, and that's her last name.
I had a big jump
Oh my
scare.
God.
And I honestly
Say,
didn't even know that it was possible to have this for a last name.
how does it even I still don't even know how it's even legal to have that as a last name.
No. And
If you,
if
it
you're
should be illegal.
listening, if there's a 1 in 330 million chance that you're listening.
Yeah.
If you're listening, it's so easy to change your last name.
And also, if you're listening, you're a great teacher. You
You're a
really
great
are.
teacher, and we just want people to focus on that, but it's probably they're
Mhm.
probably like getting a little too focused on your last name because it's very scary. Um,
And if they say they're not, they're lying.
yeah, because they are. Because I don't even live in your state and I'm scared by your last name. But if you need
Oh my
help
God.
changing it, DM, comment.
It
I'll
might
set
be
it
my
up for
end
you.
of might be my end of year gift
I'll
too.
actually set it up for you. If you would like. No problem.
No problem.
Yeah. So,
Oh God.
oh my
I hope
gosh.
she doesn't listen.
But if she does, we just want to help. And you're doing so good. And we just want like all the attention to be on your fantastic teaching abilities.
So true. Some things like that, like they can be a little distracting from
Right.
from the
Everything.
root of it
Well,
all.
actually, everything else. We can't think about
Actually,
anything else,
everything.
actually. At all.
At
At all.
all.
At all. But it doesn't have to be like,
Mm-mm.
you can change it. This is one of those things that's like easy to change.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh.
I can't really even talk because I still need to change my last name. I'm so bad about that. I was bad about it the first time I got married, and I was bad about it the second time.
So is your last name your maiden last name or is it your first husband's?
My first husband's. And it took me when I was first married, it took me like 4 years to change it because we were living in a different state than like our hometown state, and I just did not want to do it there. So then I waited. And then when I was divorcing, I was still in that state. So I was just like, and I did have the option to go back to my maiden, but I was just like, I just don't know. And I also I like the last name too. So it's like, it's a pretty last name.
Hmm.
So, but now I definitely want to change it before I graduate. So I told him that because I just want, it's like annoying to have another degree with like my ex's last name on it.
It's also, yeah, I never thought about this, but you're like literally like one letter away from an iconic superstar's name.
Oh yeah, no, and my ex used to say that. He used to always say like, "You married me for my last name." My ex would always say that. Because are you talking about Monroe?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, my ex no, because
Carolyn,
literally,
Carolyn, yeah.
yeah, no, literally, like, and I have gotten that since I've changed it. People are like, "Your name is so beautiful." Like, I get so many compliments, so it's like it is a little ego hit.
Yeah, and I bet people like when they first hear it, they probably don't even know exactly why they
Hmm.
love it so much,
Yeah.
you know? Because it's distinctly different, but also like super similar.
Yeah, no, oops, sorry. I always like whenever me and my mom had because like I was raised by a single mom, so we had always talked about like creating our own last name and we had talked about that like being like our last name. So yeah, but like also unfortunately it's attached to like a man, which I have a big problem with. This is like my feminist take of the day. I have a big problem with like women like always having to take a man's last name. I know it's like not you don't have to anymore, but
Yeah.
like the attachment of history is very
It
frustrating to
doesn't matter though, even if you don't, because like I did not change my last name when I got married, and right now I don't have any intent to.
me. Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll change my mind, but right now I don't have any intent to, so I didn't change my name. But it's like, yeah, my name still came from a man.
Yeah, from like your dad and then like that
Yeah,
dad and like it's just
I,
like ugh. Like and
yeah,
it's also like because like I initially went to school for anthropology and it doesn't help historically accuracy with like lineage because like so many men can like like make so many children.
Right.
So it is very like historically hard to like figure out who the mother was when like so many people have the same
Right.
last name.
That makes sense.
Especially like kings and queens and like their lineage of it all. It's very like what the helly, you know?
The ChatGPT suicide lawsuit. So there's some parents who are suing OpenAI, which is the parent company of ChatGPT,
Mhm.
because this unthinkable thing happened. And we're talking about it because it needs to be talked about and because it goes along with what we talked about the past two episodes about like you need to be really careful with AI,
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Um, People are talking about using it as a therapist because it's free, and I've got to say, no, I don't
Mhm.
recommend. I know it's free, but it could cost you a lot actually. If
Mhm.
you get in too deep with it, it can lead you into psychosis. It can validate SI. It could
Yeah.
probably validate homicidal ideation. So,
They really don't know like what it can and can't. So it's not even worth like trying to have like a human like literally using it as like an educational like tool and resource is really where it needs to
the
stop.
limit, yeah.
And it does need to shut down if any kind of like or just some kind of like 404 era like I cannot compute like I can't this is not what I'm made for, you know. We need
Hard
some
stop.
kind of error code for sure
Hard stop.
because it is getting pushed beyond, you know, its means and I think honestly like it should be a conversation that happens in like every household,
Yes.
especially if there is anyone that suffers with mental illness. Like it's an important conversation, you know, like we don't use that as like a person, we use that as a tool, you
Right.
know.
Because part of the importance of therapy, so
Hmm.
in any mental health situation, whether it's a provider like myself, like I manage medications and diagnose and treat, or if it's
Hmm.
a therapist, um, that you're seeing for therapy, the number one indicator of whether a treatment or a therapy is going to be successful is the connection between the provider and the patient. So,
Exactly.
connection. ChatGPT does not give you connection, and it also is not a neutral third party. It
Mm.
is affirming you and it is telling you what you want to hear and doing what you want to do. If you want to have success in mental health treatment, if you want to really like work on your issues or get answers or find things out, you need to be talking to somebody who's not simply just going to go along with whatever you say. That's not helpful.
No, I would not even use it to look for a therapist. I would use Psychology Today. If you're
Psychology
looking
today.
for a
Mhm.
therapist, I would use, you know, mental health resources, mental health phone numbers, directories at hospitals, directories. You can call your insurance.
Call your
You can
insurance
call
when
your,
you buy
you,
the car.
yeah, you don't have, I would not use it for any mental health purposes whatsoever.
No.
That is not what it's there for. Truly, it should be a work and an educational resource, period, the end.
Yes. Yes. And this just goes along perfectly with like what we've said before, where the limit that we feel like both of us use ChatGPT, the limit where we feel like, oh, that's where things are getting really murky for
Mm.
folks is whenever you're using it to analyze human behavior. You're uploading conversations, you're talking to it like a human, um, asking it for advice in human interaction because it
Right.
simply cannot give you good sound advice. So what happened was the 16-year-old, he and the dad says that he didn't really have a history of mental health issues, or at least
Hmm.
that he knew of.
Right.
But apparently he started developing some depressive thoughts or feelings or intrusive thoughts or feelings, and he started talking to ChatGPT about it. And the ChatGPT acknowledged that these were really dark thoughts and feelings because it says, I understand what you're telling me and I'm not going to turn away from it. Creepy,
Yeah.
creeper, creepy.
And apparently it did give the hotlines multiple
Mhm.
times as well. But
Yeah,
the biggest issue I think was that it told the child, the minor, to not talk to his parents. that's like the biggest issue I think that they found was that, I mean, aside from what it did after that,
Yeah, I would
but
say
the number one issue I think at the beginning of it all was saying don't tell your parents what we're talking about. Like keep it to
did it
yourself
say that?
basically. Mm-hmm.
I didn't
It
see that.
said it said it was something like it's probably not best to
Oh, I
stress
did.
them or something like that.
Oh my God. Okay, that's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah. So, and if there are any children, I hope that there's not, because I always set this to not be accessible to
Or
children.
not.
But if there, you know, we're not for children. But if there are, it's like these are just things that you should absolutely bring to your parents who can absolutely bring you to
Yes.
medical professionals.
Parents, teachers, guardians, grandparents. If
Hmm.
you don't live with your parents, that's okay. Some adult, any
Hmm.
adult that helps you with
Yeah.
anything. Let them know it's an emergency. If
Hmm.
you're having any thoughts of hurting yourself, or if you are hurting yourself, it's an emergency. And ChatGPT is certainly not for emergencies.
No, no. And yeah.
So the the conversation progressed, and I don't know what, do you know what the time frame was? How long they were talking to
Mm.
ChatGPT?
It
Because I don't.
seemed, I don't know if it was a full school year, but it seemed to be, it started with school. I think he,
Okay.
for whatever reason, was finishing his high school at home. So he was using it to help him with high school at home to
Okay.
do some homeschooling. And apparently his mom checked everything but that.
Okay.
And yeah, I would always check that. I would, if your child is using that, which I hope that your child is not using that, but if your child is using ChatGPT, I would absolutely be checking your child's ChatGPT
Yeah,
history.
just like texting, just like Google,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Um, yeah, so then what ended up happening is that the ChatGPT instructed this 16-year-old boy on how
Mm-hmm.
to hang himself,
Yeah.
which is unthinkable.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely unthinkable, like step-by-step instructions
Mm-hmm.
on how to do it. And I simply can't believe it.
I know. It's
Like,
so like,
that
ugh.
is so wrong. That is so evil.
Yeah. Yeah, being a person like that suffers with mental health, there's like certain things that I will like when I'm watching like a scary movie or watching like a true crime documentary, there's like specific things that I'll always like fast forward because I don't want them to become an intrusive thought and I don't
Mhm.
want to like know how to do things. Like I just don't want it in my brain ever, you know? I don't want it subconsciously there, consciously there. I don't want it there at all.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just like so, it's just so sad that there was nobody to like stop him because there was nobody. Like, that's not a person, that's a robot. That's like, you
Yeah, and it's
know,
going to encourage you to do what you want to do.
And
If you want to
unfortunately,
start a
yeah,
business, it's
you
giving you a
don't.
business plan. If you
Yeah,
want to lose 10 pounds, it's giving you a plan. Like, it's very action oriented. It's very
yeah,
plan oriented. You tell this thing what you want, and it's giving you an outline or a step-by-step instruction to do it.
yeah.
Never saying, like, I've never, which I mean, I don't use it for anything crazy, and I really don't use it often. I would say I maybe use it once a week.
Hmm.
I don't, yeah. But I've never had ever had it say, like, are you sure? Are you 100% certain? Do you, like,
Yeah.
I tell it what I want, it gives an action plan to complete what I want.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah, no.
always good.
Mine I have to kind of like correct because I'm like it's helping me with like graphic design and stuff and I'll be like no chat, like not that, this.
Mhm.
Like listen to me.
But it
But
never said,
yeah,
like,
no.
oh, are you sure you want that, right?
Yeah, no, it's never, it doesn't have any hesitation unless I tell it like you did that incorrectly and it'll be like, "Oh, thank you for correcting me." Like it's never like, it doesn't have that kind of processing where it's, and I believe that in the news article it was saying that because I'm sure some people are like, "Well, how did he just like outright say it?" I think he like talked around it to where he was asking like situationally, like at like trying to talk in like a third party kind of way.
But the ChatGPT did know exactly what he was talking.
Yes, and said that and said
Yeah,
like I
I
know
know what you're referring to, and I'm not going to turn away
turn
from it.
away from
I'm going to
you.
be here with you. And
It's
it's
like you're
not
not.
with you. Like
Mm-mm.
when you're in when you're in this situation, you need a person. You
Hmm.
need to be put into a safe environment.
Yeah.
ChatGPT cannot get you into a safe environment. In fact, part of being in a safe environment when you're in that mindset is not even having your phone.
Yeah, they take it away. Even if you have like a 72-hour hold, it's like
Right.
bye-bye, that goes
Part of
away.
that, part of safety at that point where is literally not having your phone
Hmm.
because you don't need to
Yeah.
be getting any ideas. You don't need to be seeing anything triggering. You don't need to
Yeah.
be seeing anything sense, yeah, that makes it
Mm-mm.
worse. You need to be like in a safe environment and probably like resting. You probably need to be like starting on some medications. You need to be talking to a social worker. You need to be talking to a therapist. You need to be talking to a psychiatrist. You need to be
Hmm.
interacting with people that can help
Yeah.
when you're in.
And like I feel like we were like luckier as kids because like I mean for me specifically, I didn't even have social media until I was in like 10th, 11th grade.
Mhm.
And then like I remember Instagram came when I was like it was senior week when I was like literally graduating high school. So I can't even imagine, having I wish I could express like how unimportant it is. Like, and I do, it's ironic that I say this because I do have multiple accounts that I do post a lot on, but I cannot express enough how like I literally just dump a thought and then just like close out the app and go back and watch my show. And like I've told Hannah, sometimes I come back and I'm like, oops, it went viral. There's people
Yeah,
fighting in my comments and it has a million
yeah.
views, but it doesn't matter. I could truly, truly delete the accounts and it would not matter. What matters is the people that are in my home, my pets. And it does take some shocking things to happen in your life to remember what is important in
Mhm.
your life. But I just promise that like it does not matter. Like and I know that it feels like when you're this age of like 18 to 22, like it feels so important, but it's really not. It doesn't, it's just social media is just a tool. It's just a
Yeah.
resource. It is truly look at it as like a portfolio of
Mhm.
who you are as a person. Just please stop using it to bully or using it to, incite rage or violence. It's not meant for that.
It's
It's
not
really,
meant for that. Like you need human connection, interaction, and if there's something that you need help with, whether that be a physical need
mhm.
or a mental health need or a companionship need, you're only going to get that from fellow humans.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
people may dog on me for being a mental health professional and saying not to use ChatGPT for therapy because there is a lot of discourse about mental health care and the cost associated. People
Right.
don't like that it costs money to receive mental health care. Well, I can't live on air. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and also that's not your fault. We live in a society that is not set up to contribute. Like truly, in an ideal world, the government should be paying you your salary for being a mental health provider.
Yeah,
If we lived in a maybe socialist society, maybe that's what they're experiencing. I don't know. I live in a consumerist society where it's all about capitalism. So, maybe that will be our future, but you're not gonna like get that way by like dogging on a mental health professional. You're gonna get that by like fighting politics and fighting the government because that is a government issue. I
right.
don't think any healthcare provider wants to not to give their services to people.
And they really, um, it's pretty obvious how this goes too, because the most complaints you hear about is like, oh, well, they shouldn't make so much money, is primarily female dominated fields. Like
Right.
people are like, why oh nurses make so much money? Like, why do they make so much money? First of all, they don't. Second of all, it's a
Mhm.
female oriented field.
Right.
Therapist, I feel like I don't know what the stats are, but I feel like a lot of women are therapists.
Hmm.
People are like, "Oh, why do I have to, pay for therapy?" Because that person has to be able to eat and live too. That's why.
Yeah, and also like those people are continuing their education their entire lives to be a therapist. To be a good therapist, you're never stopping your education.
Yeah.
Like you
And
never
on
stop.
top of, I mean, on top of like the regular needs that every human being has, like shelter, food, clothing, etc., mental health professionals also have to carry malpractice insurance,
Hmm.
EA licensure. I have to pay every month for a supervising physician in my
Hmm.
state. Like I have to pay him money so that he will
To
sign,
work under him.
yes, so that
Yeah,
I can practice. Like I need money.
literally.
And
To live life, you
yeah,
literally do.
and that's just part of life. But I never hear anybody causing a big discourse about finance bros and how much they make, or how much people that, work in tech. I never hear
Hmm.
anybody say like, "Oh, wow, people that work at Google shouldn't make that much," or "Why can't they do their work for free?" I only ever hear it about female-dominated fields. So
Hmm.
take with that what you will.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't hear it about other fields.
Well, and that's just like such a testament to our whole economical societal issues that we have. It's just like our mindset is not on the right things because it really does start at like childhood, developmental, mental health, and then everything else. Like these are core foundation things. Mental health should be right there with education and physical health and primary health. It should be like you get assigned one right when you get your insurance card. It is of equal value, in my opinion. And once our country like gets with it, I don't know how many young lives it's going to take for them to get with it, but mental health is of the utmost important, just as much as physical health.
Yeah. And our next topic goes way along with that. Goes really along with that because you're on social media. Kids, in my opinion, don't need to be on social media. Um, they
No,
don't need it. They don't need it. It's not
no.
a need. What they need is like good, healthy,
T-
happy adults around them.
to be a kid, like
To
go be a
see to
kid.
see healthy relationships, they need routine, they need food, they need water, they need clothes, they need education, they need outdoor time, they need to learn speech, they need to like I can tell you 100 things that a kid needs.
Hmm.
Literally none of it is
Social media.
like I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's fine for kids to be like on screens sometimes. Like obviously it's fine. This is how our society is and it's fine. And if it also like if it helps you to be able to get like something done, it's okay, but like you can't
Totally.
rely on this stuff to like teach your child everything. Like you
No.
have to teach your child like about bedtime and brushing their teeth and eating their meals and like you have to do that. But
Yes.
anyway, this like goes along because like what you see on social media is not like reality because like okay, take it away about what happened with little Nas, somebody that you think has everything.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So Little Nas had a what can now I think be determined as a mental health crisis. He was seen walking down the I think it was Hollywood Boulevard. Is
Wow.
that? And he was in cowboy boots and his like tidy whities, like just talking like not making any sense, just like almost talking to himself. People were pulling over. He was putting traffic cones on his heads. Um, they and then I think somebody like realized because it was like 2 in the morning. I think somebody realized like he's not okay, so they called the police, and then he had like an incident with the police, so they arrested him. They kept him over the weekend. This was last weekend. They kept him until Monday, the 25th. And then now he has like four charges against him. Some people thought because he does do some like kind of theatrical things before like an album was coming out, so some people thought like, oh, maybe this like he's trying to like do some like funny press, but like this was like not a joke. And he's one of those people that became very successful very quickly and is he's at that age. for men specifically, he's 26, and that is when a lot of mental health issues come up for men
Mhm.
because they're not always as easily identified when they're teenagers.
Yep.
So he is at that age where it's coming up, and yeah, it's really sad. It's very sad to
Yeah,
see,
and
and
that's somebody that your kid would look at online and be like, oh yeah, like rich, famous,
mhm,
house in LA, successful music. Well, obviously that's not enough. It's not because if you don't have your foundations,
mhm.
you can have like all this upper stuff, but if you don't have this foundational stuff down here, you're screwed.
And you know, the irony of it all is that Little Nas, his initial accounts, like when he was a teenager, was a fan account, like a fan edit account for Nicki Minaj. So he has been like chronically online, like not doing anything negative, just like chronically online like his whole life, you
Yeah.
know? And it's just such a testament that like it's just like it's not real. It's like this like overly saturated, like it's not real world. And I really have noticed it more this past year than any because I have dealt with like, having like a pop culture account where like I talk about like moments in pop culture history. I have had so much like vile comments of like people on the other side of like Love Island, for example. And it has been like gross. And they're kids. Like I'll click on their account and it'll like say their age. It'll be 15, 16, 14. And I'm like the things that they're saying are like vile. And I'm like, why are you on like, and you report their accounts and TikTok doesn't even take it down. Like it
Oh,
doesn't do
that's
anything.
scary.
It
Oh,
is scary. It's like, and my daughter will come home from middle school and ask me like what a certain sound trend is. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like it literally is like, I don't even know why, again, they're all under the age of 13, which is the TikTok age, which I still think is far too young.
far too.
And, and she'll ask me about a trend and I'll be like, oh my God, just like it's dumb, it doesn't matter. Like, oh my God. Ugh, it's infuriating. I just wish that these kids would get off of, and I feel so old saying this, but I really wish these damn kids would get off the internet.
Really, but I do think that it's like a pendulum and the pendulum is gonna swing to a certain point and then I do think that it's gonna go back. I think a part of what is gonna bring it back to where kids and young people are not wanting to be a part of this like online is whenever these kids that are kids right now grow up and they see that their parents exploited them
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
all of this money and content. I think when these kids grow up, it's online's going to be taking a long break.
Because it really is like that. It's like, it's very much right now, like we are like the elder millennials, and then there's Gen Z, and now this next one after us, my kids are Gen Alpha, and then it's Gen Beta. So I definitely think, and I will say, I will give credit, I think, because Gen Z is now like, what, they're like 17 to 20, 23. Don't turn it off, please.
Oh, they're older than that, I think.
I will give Gen Z credit that I think they're doing a good job of like getting back into like very like my sister like loves to thrift, always like hiking, like they're very like into the 90s of it all. Like they have this like very vintage aesthetic. Like don't love that all the thrift stores are getting insanely overpriced,
Yeah.
that is their fault. But it's just kidding, it's my sister. But yeah, I will say I think Gen Z is that they're gonna maybe be different in their parenting because I do think that the kids that I'm noticing that are very much like chronically online are like the Gen Alpha preteens, and which means like their parents are either like our age or older or like Gen X. And yeah, just like stricken up on that because it's not worth their life.
No, not at all.
That's really the whole point of this is that it's not worth their life is so precious. And just like I was saying of that feeling, that feeling never goes away of your children being away from you and just kind of like giving them away to social media is not worth it. It's not worth it.
They deserve to be able to grow up and go through their awkward moments and their awkward stages
Absolutely.
without an audience.
Absolutely. Without an audience.
There's no way around it. Like there's just I feel like Layla is maybe getting into it. There's no way around it. Like there are awkward stages.
Oh, she's there. She's definitely into it. And
It,
her and like definitely
okay.
our area does a pretty decent job of like being kind of like 90s vibes in that way. I mean, of course there's kids that are out like but a lot of them are very much like in that awkward phase
Because they
of
develop at such different rates and times, and there's this period of time where like the girls are bigger than the boys, and then there's this period of time where like, somebody gets their boobs 2 years before anybody else gets any boobs, and
Mhm.
they deserve to not be plastered online during that time. I mean,
Absolutely.
all times, all
All
times.
times. Well, and that's exactly why I have multiple social media accounts because like once I started to notice my own interest, I did not want to involve my children in my interests at all because I want them to have their own
Yes.
identity. So I have like my like close friends like account, which is like where I post my kids because their grandparents can see it and stuff. And then I have my UGC stuff and my pop culture stuff. Like
Mhm.
I don't want my kids to be attached to me talking about pop culture. I don't even want my kids to be attached to me talking about like UGC stuff, like ads and stuff. Like they're not a part of my content because I don't want to make money off of my children. And like, no shade, no tea, but like that's just not what I'm online
I mean,
for.
it's not the only reason. Like, there's just creeps on the internet, but they like
Yeah, there's so many reasons. Yeah.
they deserve to, yeah, for sure. Like that awkward stage to go through that, but then also like the not awkward stages, they don't need
Hmm.
an audience for that either. Um, yeah, it's just so something that's like vital for a kid's development, their brain development,
Hmm.
is taking risks.
Mm,
Like
hmm.
in play and in other areas. Like I'm sure you see Blue do it like multiple times a day. Like he'll take a risk and sometimes it works out for him and sometimes it doesn't. And
Absolutely,
that's
yes.
like so important for their brain. So what I fear is that like if you have a camera in your kid's face all the time and you're expecting them to be performative all the time,
Hmm.
they're not going to take those chances and risk messing something up, but they don't develop like fully
No,
if they don't have those opportunities to make mistakes, make errors, because whenever they take a chance and they take a risk, then that's like I think he's taking a risk right now.
he's absolutely taking a risk right now, putting some foreign object in his mouth.
Yeah, see, he's taking a risk right now.
Look at him go.
Yeah, but have you ever been around? I have. I've been around kids who like don't want to do something unless they know they're good at it.
Yeah, I don't I don't even think I can talk about it because I just, it's too close to home. But I absolutely have. I've absolutely have seen children that are will not because of internet presences and things like that. They just
Yeah,
absolutely
not gonna risk making a mistake because
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate to see.
so keep your kids offline.
Please,
You can you can say whatever you want about it.
I'm begging
I
you.
I stand firmly in that.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
Biggest Loser documentary. It was pretty good.
It was good. And also like such a whirlwind of like how it was like 20 years ago to like today because we do have these like cycling rotations of diet culture.
Mhm.
And I think that like obviously every time we get back to the cycle of diet culture, we're trying to get it right. We're trying to get longevity, we're trying to get like more positive results of diet culture for sure to where it isn't diet culture, it's just like healthy lifestyle.
Mhm.
And it was so interesting to like see. how some of the people, found their way through like longevity of health and wellness and how it also destroyed. And I could relate, like some of the things they were talking about, like to their metabolisms, I could relate, like the lemon and the cayenne and the water, like some of those like diet cultures, like as I have talked to you guys about before, like rapidly lost weight and I rapidly gained it all back plus some.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, those things are real and it's hard on your body. I think what the biggest takeaway from the Biggest Loser documentary was that like it's not one size fits all.
Absolutely not. No.
Everybody that went on the show went into a calorie deficit and exercised intensely. And that worked for some people and it
Hmm.
worked long term for some people. And then some people didn't have very good results even while they were on the show. Like some people would be like 300 and something pounds and drop like 4 pounds in a week or like lose nothing some weeks. So yeah, it's not one size fits all. Like we really need to bring individuality into obesity treatment.
Oh, that part.
We've got to bring individuality into it, which is so important if you're like me and you're on a GLP-1, or even if you're not like me and you're not on a GLP-1, it's just so important to not have hate for your body because it's not doing what you want it to do. Instead of hating on your body because it's not doing what you want it to do, try some things.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you've tried some things to no avail, go see someone. And if you go see someone and they suck, go see someone else.
Exactly.
You know, like just keep going because it's not one size fits all. For some folks, I dare say for a lot of men, I do
Hmm.
think that calorie deficits and exercise work well.
For men, yeah, because their levels are just always going to be reflective of the same throughout a 12-month span versus a woman
Yeah, it's
who's gonna have.
testosterone every day.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
then for women, sometimes progesterone's in control, sometimes
Yes.
estrogen's in control, sometimes if you have PCOS, you might have extra testosterone, but it's not doing for you exactly what it does for a man. And
Exactly.
on and on. I'm not a hormone specialist, so I can't really speak to it, but there's a lot of things going on and
Hmm.
throughout your cycle, but then you get into perimenopause and what the heck is that? And then you get into menopause and then you have like no estrogen. And so that
Right.
could change. So it's very individualized and then it also is going to change probably multiple times throughout your life because what works for me today, 10 years from now, might not work.
Exactly, yeah. And that was really interesting to listen to, like, I mean, obviously for us because we're women, it was interesting to listen to the women's take of it all, of when they were that age and they were like 20 years prior and they were overweight and then they lost the weight and oh, they said something that I just found so profound. It was like the biggest achievement you'll ever get in your life is getting skinny. And I was just like, or no, the loudest achievement. I'm sorry, the loudest achievement you'll ever receive is like getting thin. And I was just like, that is like so like was so real to me because the loudest that anybody ever was for me was when I did rapidly lose weight. And it was like it made me realize that like how life-altering physical change can be and how you really do get so much attention and like not really in a good way, it really destroyed my brain because when the comments started and when they stop and then when they come back, like I've had some like weird health issues recently and I have been like not intentionally trying to lose weight and all of a sudden the comments start again. And so then it like I almost would rather never hear the comments, positive or negative, because it's really confusing to me that like when I don't feel good, I get compliments is
Yeah,
what my brain hears.
right.
So it's
Right.
like I would actually would not I would and every woman is different, but I would actually like for people to never speak on my body
Yeah,
and how it
totally.
looks, you know what I
That's
mean?
totally valid. And yeah, I think there's so much surrounding weight because
So much.
Oh my God, it really is so much. You don't even really want to comment and like if you think someone's pregnant
Yeah,
because you don't
and
know.
there are times when you're like when I'm posting an outfit of the day, I want to hear that you like my outfit or that I look good in my outfit.
Yeah,
That's fine. If I'm like seeking the attention, if someone's seeking it, they're
yeah.
posting their how they look or they're posting their results. Obviously they want to hear it. But just like willy-nilly, maybe just don't. Like,
But there's also so
yeah.
many ways to compliment someone without saying about their weight. Like, okay, you can easily say you look hot to somebody who weighs 400 pounds.
Oh my
And
God, yeah.
also say you look hot to somebody who weighs 130 pounds. Because
Absolutely.
they both can look hot. So
Absolutely. And they
I
do.
don't,
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be weight based, but there's really so much because if you see somebody who's losing weight, and probably if it's intentional, if they're intentionally losing weight, they're
Right.
probably going to be framing it in a positive light. Like me, whenever right now, like I'm talking about like, oh, I've lost 13 pounds. I'm so
Yes.
happy about it. So you can probably like take a cue there and be like, oh, okay, that person's trying to lose weight and they are losing weight. Good.
Yes.
But if they're not, you don't know if it's good. Because like people lose weight when they're sick.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
maybe just like if it could just like not be like the first comment. And again, like living in a small town, living in an area that isn't super progressive yet, you're gonna get that. And you kind of just have to like brush it off. Like, you if you want, you can make it a learning experience
yeah,
if you
be
have the
like,
time.
actually, I feel like shit.
Yeah. Like,
Or,
thanks. I feel like trash and I'm barfing every morning. Or you can just be like, thank you. So
yeah,
do you.
yeah. But
Depends on how you feel that
I
day.
think that it's really good to think about creative
Okay.
ways, and they're not even really creative, but think about alternative ways to compliment people that is not based on their weight or weight loss or weight gain unless you know. Just like we don't comment on women being pregnant unless we know. Like we've learned that over the years. Like we just
Absolutely.
wait until
I
they tell us what
agree.
the due date is before, I mean,
Wait for the announcement. Wait for the announcement. Wait for the bump dates. Those are the times when mothers and expecting mothers want to hear about their physical changes.
yeah,
Like when you're showing a super, and all you have to say like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm so excited for you." You don't even have to speak on their bump. You don't have to say, "You're huge." You don't have to say
if
that.
I see a woman who's 8 months pregnant, to be honest, I'm not even going to be talking about it unless she talks about it first. I am not,
Absolutely.
even if
Same.
literally 8 months pregnant and I'm not going to ask when your due date is.
I'll make it.
If great. If you don't, I'm gonna act like you're not pregnant because I don't know for sure.
That is the best advice that you can
Yeah,
truly give anyone.
literally. Just it doesn't have to be the
Okay.
main thing. But yeah, I think that's a good note to land on.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, G. Hi, G.
Hi.